What is shaping up to be another historic day in American politics. This could be the final day of Donald Trump's second impeachment trial. In just a few hours, both sides are expected to make their closing arguments. The next step after that, the Senate could vote on whether or not to convict.
Hanging over it all, a story that broke overnight. New revelations about a phone conversation that took place in the middle of the Capitol riot between a top Republican congressman and then President Trump. The story sheds light on Trump's alleged state of mind as his followers were staging an insurrection.
And there is one note of unity this morning. Overnight, the Senate voted unanimously to award Capitol Police Officer Eugene Goodman with a Congressional Gold Medal. If you remember, he steered a group of rioters away from the Senate chamber during the insurrection. He also guided Senator Mitt Romney to safety. But we begin with ABC's Rachel Scott on Capitol Hill once again this morning with more on those new details on Donald Trump's conversation with Kevin McCarthy. Rachel, good morning to you.
Whit, good morning. And these are striking new details coming just hours before final arguments are set to begin. And it's raising important new questions about what former President Donald Trump knew and when. This morning, as the historic second impeachment trial against former President Donald Trump heads for a final vote, explosive new details revealing the former president's state of mind as violent mobs breach the Capitol. A source familiar telling ABC News, Republican leader Kevin McCarthy and Donald Trump got into a shouting match as the insurrection was unfolding. The source says McCarthy was on the phone with Trump, pleading with him to tell his supporters to stand down, telling him he heard gunfire outside the House chamber. But Trump allegedly responded, "Well, Kevin, I guess these people are more upset about the election than you are." Republican Congresswoman Jamie Herrera Butler says McCarthy told her the details of that conversation, and she voted to impeach Trump in the House. In a statement sending this message to the patriots who were standing next to the former president as these conversations were happening, or even the former vice president. If you have something to add here, now would be the time. It comes just hours after Trump's legal team mounted their defense, insisting the former president is innocent.
To claim that the president in any way wished, desired, or encouraged lawless or violent behavior is a preposterous and monstrous lie.
And dismissing the impeachment trial as an act of political vengeance.
The hatred that the House managers and others on the left have for President Trump has driven them to skip the basic elements of due process and fairness.
But this morning, we're learning that lawyer, David Schoen, threatened to quit hours earlier. Sources say tensions grew over how to use video clips like these in the trial.
We're going to walk down and I'll be there with you.
Schoen did show up after a phone call with Trump. And the defense accused Democrats of selectively editing the former president's speech on January 6th by focusing on the word fight.
And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Trump's lawyers arguing Democrats admitted the one time he used the word peacefully.
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
But the House managers did address that, pointing out he used the word fight more than a dozen times. Trump's team pushing back, arguing that word fight is, quote, ordinary political rhetoric, showing this 11-minute montage of Democrats.
Get in this fight.
And it is a fight that we're going to work to make sure continues.
But Democrats objected to that video, saying this is entirely different.
None of us were saying that to a mob on the day of the presidential vote certification. So I don't think it's apples to apples.
And the House impeachment managers still have the option to call witnesses. It is an open question this morning. Overnight, a handful of Democrats have said that is one way to clear this all up, but it would definitely slow down the timeline of the trial. And both sides have also signaled that they want to move quickly. Dan?
Rachel, thank you very much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.